got a quick question for you, bud.
Yeah.
There's 5 parts to the First Amendment.
Parts? Here.
No, I want you to tell me. Get back up there.
How many parts? Those are all 5. There's 5.
Well, you should, man. You took an oath to that Constitution. You should know them. Do you know if Carroll County does any training in Constitution? I'm gonna go do some FOIA requests, so I'm gonna find out. But
Sounds like maybe the academy learned about the Constitution.
I wasn't sure. I've never been to the academy either, so I wasn't sure what you guys do actually learn.
Like the academy, other that's really.
How long is the training? Do you know?
For academy? 6.5 months.
6.5 months.
Yeah.
Is that a local here, or?
That's in Maryland.
So it's in Maryland then, right?
Yeah. So each department will have their own academy. So like we have our own. Baltimore County has their own.
Oh, okay.
State has kind of one agency. State police, they can take anybody. But go to the
Sykesville, yeah.
Run the academy there, they get the training for the academy there. But Constitution stuff is going in the academy. You kind of learn, the ins and outs. Not really memorized. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as like a day-to-day policing, the Constitution doesn't apply.
It doesn't apply.
No.
How's that?
It's just, I think the Constitution is more like, obviously that sense though, that you, like on a day-to-day basis, you're doing traffic, you're making an arrest, you're not gonna, as long as you do everything within policy, you're not a shitty person, you're not gonna violate anyone's rights.
But how does the policy trump the Constitution? The Constitution is the law of the land.
So not to say that it trumps the Constitution.
You just said it did.
I said if you follow the policy.
Oh.
If you follow the policy, you act within your breath.
So do you follow policy or do you follow the Constitution?
I follow both. But if you follow the policy, you automatically fall within the constitutional rights.
Because just because somebody's doing something, no matter what it is, you know what I mean? Just because they're doing something, they still have constitutional rights in this country. That's what separates us from other countries. You know what I mean? Get back in here.
But I don't police using the Constitution.
But when you pull somebody over, they have rights, right? Like, you're not going to violate their rights.
Correct. But that falls under like a search and seizure for the member. When you do a traffic stop, you're gonna search or seize property or a person, detain them. All that stuff kind of falls under. I think at the end of the day, it kind of becomes like muscle.
Yeah.
So you learned it at one point. I don't know the verbiage, but I know what to do and what not to do.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
So I understand freedom of speech. That's a favorite one. I was just saying that was my favorite. But I don't police thinking about the Constitution. I've been doing this for 7 years. I was a cop in Baltimore City for 5. I worked in jail for 5 years. I've been up here a year and a half. I've never violated anybody's rights. I learned the Constitution. I learned what's right and wrong. I learned how to be an officer. I joined to show people something different.
That's good. I appreciate that.
I understand there's fucked up officers out there.
In every profession.
That's every profession. People fall through the netting. But I don't personally police.
I personally
think about the Constitution. I'm a good person.
When somebody becomes a police officer, they shouldn't become a police officer for that career. They should become a police officer to better the public, their community, whatever the case may be. But I mean, when you're working for the public, it's a lot different than working in the private sector. You know what I mean? It's not cut out for everybody.
It's not, and people learn very quickly whether this is for you or it's not.
Your rookie year, you probably learn whether or not it's for you or not.
I knew it was for me coming from the background I came from.
Right.
Like I said, I was
You born down in Baltimore, I take it?
Born?
Yeah.
I was born down there.
Yeah.
But I lived up here for more than half my life.
Yeah.
So
that's how I am. I was born down in Franklin Square Hospital, down in Baltimore. So
I was at Sinai. But working up here and kind of like establishing like a foundation at the jail. I was pretty young. I was like 20. So just learning how to speak to people, or just build like a foundation of like skills and technique, and just being tactful about things. That all transitioned over to the city when I worked out there.
as much security at that point.
Correct. And obviously that's like a violent ass area.
You got to be able to watch your own back at that point because.
Correct. But I can't say I'm used to the Constitution as like a guideline. It's not something I think about. You just know. Like if it feels wrong, typically it's wrong.
Right.
So if you feel like you're maybe going to violate someone's rights, you're probably fucking up. You're probably going to violate their rights.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I've never been in a situation where I've had that feeling. And
That's good.
That's all. I'm guided by the policy.
Right.
And the policy falls within the constitutional rights. There's nothing in our policy that would. Our policy is not going to tell us to do anything that would violate the rights.
You would hope. Not all policies are. I mean, they make policies all the time. They make laws all the time that aren't constitutionally.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's up to the people to.
But at that point, it falls
Fight
on
them.
the department.
Mm-hmm.
They give me bad policy.
Yeah.
What made
That's
you
true.
come over here and ask that?
I watch a lot of audit videos and.
That's funny because I was over here earlier and I went and had breakfast and come back. I just keep an eye on like some of the equipment and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus around the holidays, people take shit, and a couple of those come up, and like the officers like refuse to answer and like refuse to give their name.
I appreciate you answering me. You know what I mean?
I don't mind it.
What was your name?
I'm Patrick.
Badge number?
Patrick.
What's your badge number?
0676.
067.
I mean, I've been confronted by tons of people. I've had cameras in my face. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yep.
I'm kind of used to it.
You guys all have body cams in Carroll County?
Yeah. They just implemented them. I just got mine like, I'd say 2 months ago. Prior to that, we didn't have them. And
does Westminster City have them?
they have them.
They have them?
Yeah, so every agency across the U.S. will have to have them by 2025.
Oh, okay.
It's mandated.
Oh, okay.
Which it'll be, it's nice. Different agencies kind of have different policies for them.
The good cops really shouldn't have a problem with them, you know what I mean? Because it just ensures what they're doing. It's like,
yeah, it's you know, it's
unless you're out there
doing
doing
party, the camera doesn't lie.
Yeah, exactly. Until somebody turns it off or deletes it.
Correct, but then that would be a violation of policy. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I've had cameras for 5 years. I was in the city, and when I come here, didn't have one.
It was weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But I kind of got used to not having one again.
Yeah.
So when they gave me this, I'm like, I got to kind of transition.
I lived out in Arkansas for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And out there, everybody can open carry without a permit.
Yeah.
So when I came back here, and I'm like, I feel naked without it anymore. You know what I mean? And here's where you're more needed, not out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's like they change. Just everything's changed with the carry and stuff.
Yeah, my brother's got his carry permit, but I don't yet. I'm getting it though.
People ask me all the time, like, carry. It's a concealed carry.
But see, that's another one right there. That policy that says that you have to have a permit to carry a gun. Well, the Second Amendment says you have the right to bear arms.
Correct, but the state says otherwise.
But how does that policy trump the Constitution?
Right.
The Constitution is the law of the land.
That might be the $1 million question.
See, I think people just need to start open carrying and then fight that law in court and get rid of it. Like, it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Just like they opened up the gates for getting your carry permit, and then a couple months later, they implemented you can't carry in public places. That defeats the purpose of having a gun.
My brother, me and him were talking about that when that all happened, and he's like, I just don't understand what they want. Like,
it's going to happen. But I guarantee you, if you're out here and you're at fucking Blaze Pizza, you use a gun, when someone who needs to be shot, I don't know, you're not going to have any shot.
No.
If you save the day, you're not going to have a problem.
I don't think so. I mean,
it's when you mess up.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to have an issue.
I mean, it's when somebody, the cop comes up, you get pulled over for a traffic stop or something, and then you're like, oh, you don't have a permit for that? It's when you get caught elsewhere instead of when you're doing a good thing with the gun. You know what I mean? Like,
but at the same time, I mean, as long as you're smart about it, like, it's not illegal to carry the gun, so they don't get caught.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were carrying a gun without a permit in your car, and there's no other reason for me to search you or search your car, I'm never going to know that you have a gun.
That's true. It's true.
So, if you're not smoking weed with the gun,
unless rights are violated, and then
That's a whole other story.
That's a whole
But then that'll play out.
But then
in
there's
court.
civil litigation for that.
Always. And the qualified immunity and all that stuff. They got rid of that. This job is tough. There's a lot of decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Typically within a couple seconds, you got to make a choice.
Right.
Sometimes shit goes south.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, that's not what I planned for.
I listen to you guys on the scanner all the time, so I figured I'd stop over here and talk
What
to
do
you.
you do?
I do tree work.
Nice. Nice. What you do before that? Military or anything?
No. I'm about to start my own YouTube channel, so keep an eye out.
What's it gonna be called?
Beast Mode Audits.
Beast Mode Audits?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
just doing audits in public areas.
Nice.
Yep.
Like the audits we were talking about with the police and stuff?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I think out here...
And anywhere, I mean, people get so offended when you walk into, the post office or anywhere with a camera, but yet they got 50 million cameras, and what gives them the right to put them cameras there is the same right that I have to keep my camera. It's in a public area.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a public space, that's all public knowledge.
I've been wanting to do it for a while, but it takes, cameras and...
Yeah.
I'm going to try to start doing it with my phone, so we'll see how it works.
Is it on your YouTube channel?
No. Never, sir.
Well, yeah, man.
Well, it's good talking to you.
Yeah, what's your name again?
Brian.
Brian.
Yep.
Good to meet you, Brian.
Your name?
Patrick.
Patrick.
Yep.
This is Pickles.
Pickles. Yeah.
He rides around everywhere with me. Well, you be safe today.
You too, bro.
Yep.
Have a good Christmas.
You too.